What's up, everybody? I am making a quick video about a property that we purchased today. I got one of these video recorders to record while driving and realized I'm not skilled enough to do that yet. So wanted to make this video, went ahead and pulled over, and today we closed on a property that we purchased for $250,000 in West Plano, and the house is worth $600,000. So pretty excited about that. Haven't been inside the house yet. I'm about to go check it out, but I post all the time about houses that we have, houses that we're walking through and that we're going to renovate, and I don't really talk about how we get them. And so this one was one of the houses that took a ton of effort and time, and so wanted to just break it down a little bit, the process. And so I don't really have all the stats in front of me, but I can give you an idea. And this kind of shows you the deals that we do really well on sometimes are really difficult and take a lot of time. So this property, a guy that has been coming to our meetup, pretty much every meetup we've done this year, he's came, and I've been helping him with deals. And he calls me and he says, "Hey, I got this deal, and it's about to get foreclosed on, and it's got this big lien on it, and I don't really want to get it under contract because the lien and blah blah blah." And I just said, "Hey, let me help you. Let me meet with the seller." And well, I didn't say let me meet with the seller first. I said, "Well, we need to get it under contract. If you want me to work on it, we need to get it under contract." And he was like, "Well, you don't really understand. Super complicated." So I was like, "Just schedule a time. I'll go look at the house and I'll meet with the seller." So we go, and the sellers were very, very difficult. Probably the most difficult people I've ever dealt with. They've got an $8 million judgment against them. They've gotten lots of things seized, taken away from them. Whether they were right or wrong doesn't matter. They just have had a tough time. They've had health issues, family issues. And so it was a tough situation to talk to them about a house that they're about to lose, that they've lived in for, let's call it 25 years and almost paid off. And so we worked with them and we got it under contract, and we got it under contract for a cheap price because we knew the Department of Justice was going to want a lot of the money, right? And so we were like, "Listen, let us get this property under contract, and we're going to work to try to get some sort of resolution. We can negotiate with the DOJ, we can do something." So we negotiated with them the best we can. And anybody who's in real estate right now, that you know that things are slow, things take time. So basically, after going back and forth with emails and calls, we realized that the DOJ wanted all the proceeds. They weren't gonna let these sellers take anything. The sellers had multiple people call them. I would say, like, I don't know, hundreds of people call them and be like, "Hey, can I give you a cash offer on your home?" They've never let anybody inside the home, and I think they only let one other person besides us come meet with them, and they basically didn't like the guy, and they threw him out of the house. And they almost did that to me, but luckily the guy I was with is a little bit more patient, and he held it together. But anyways, so we met with them, and obviously got under contract, worked with the DOJ. They wouldn't lower the payoff, and so finally we were like, let's push the foreclosure date. And the bank's like, "No, they haven't paid in 2 years. Like, you know, COVID's done. There's no other program we can offer. You know, we need to be paid, and we don't want to pay. A lot of times we can buy a property subject to the existing mortgage, different things. We didn't want to do that with an $8 million judgment against this property, right?" And so I explored ideas like, can I pay them in different things to get them some proceeds? Talked to my real estate attorney, and they're like, "No, listen, you got to pay them what you know, minus what the DOJ is going to take, and that's it." And it wasn't very much. It was it was just a few $1,000s is what they got, basically. But luckily, you know, had we not been able to get it done, because we closed today and it was supposed to get foreclosed on tomorrow. Had we not done that, they would have lost the house completely. And had we not sat there and let them yell at us for an hour and went back and forth and talked about this and that for 2 hours another time, or probably 2 hours total combined times, you know, the deal just wouldn't have got done, and they would have lost the house. And, you know, I'm not saying that us giving them a few thousand is a whole lot better than that. But you know, the DOJ got paid some of their lien, the bank got paid, and ultimately we got a really good deal on the house. Sometimes these lien holders, they want to see an appraisal and they want different things, and like I said, the house is worth about $600,000 and we paid $250 for it. And so it was just a fluke thing that ended up working out. So we hope to help the family out and do something nice for them, and you know, whatever we can, and we're happy to get another house. So the guy who got this deal, this was his first deal ever. So this very first deal is going to get a large payday, and it was cool to sort out a really difficult process with the sellers, deal with really difficult people, and you know, ultimately find a solution. After it's all said and done, you know, they were super frustrated that they couldn't get more of the proceeds, and you know, we're dealing with the government, so it's not like they're making the rules, and so we just had to follow their rules. And after it was all said and done, they were thankful, they were happy, and they were relieved. Really, truly, they were relieved. They already moved out to another property. They hadn't been living there in a couple months because they were just so paranoid about like the letters and the things that they were getting. And so ultimately they were relieved. We got the property at a great price, and we're going to probably renovate it and resell it, or you know, we might sell it as is. I haven't even seen it yet, so headed over there shortly. We're gonna drill out the locks, and we didn't even drill out the locks because until yesterday we didn't even know if we were gonna buy it or not, because we told them about the proceeds situation. We're like, all it's gonna be is a few grand, and they were like, no, we're not gonna take that, we're just letting it go to foreclosure. And we were like, we understand, like, you gotta do, if that's what you feel like is right, then it is that way. I mean, it can be that way. So but we figured out yesterday, well, really on Saturday, that it was gonna be, we got a green light from them. And so we ended up closing and buying it today. It funded, and I've been running around all day, and I'm about to pull up to the house right now, drill out the locks, and see what we bought. So I'll probably post some of the photos and maybe a video of that, so stay tuned.